Hey everybody, in honor of Mother's Day next week, I wanted to do a video honoring my mother. I know that it's pretty early, but my mother tends to weigh heavily on my mind. My mother just passed away over the last summer in July, and it was shortly after her birthday. And initially, when I was first told about her passing, I had been in the library with my husband. We had just gotten off of work. And my niece popped on my Facebook Messenger and said, "Call mom right away." And right away, I knew exactly what she was going to say. So I called up my sister, and she told me that mom had passed away in her sleep in Florida, which is where she was living after my father passed away in 2010. And I'm listening to my sister just ramble on about this and that. And I'm like, like flabbergasted. Holy shit, mom's gone? Wait, what? What did you say? So I was like, listen, I can't talk to you right now. So I got off the phone with her. I ran back into the library. I told my husband what had happened. And he's like, oh my God, really? Oh, yes. So we went home. We grabbed my sons and I sat them down and I told them what had happened. And, when you're really young, you really don't associate death as well as an adult can. So I don't think that um, they really understood what I was saying to them. My older son is 15, and he was closer to my mother than my younger son, and it was just really difficult to tell these kids, hey, grandma's gone. She's not going to be coming around anymore. And in my mind, I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do without my mother? My mother was born in Letchworth, New York, back in the days of World War II when it was just about to hit. And I remember her telling me stories about, pulling the shades down for blackout. She used to tell me about the bread coupons. Um, she is the one who taught me about having faith because she was a devout Lutheran. This woman had the most amazing faith, no matter what happened in her life. And being a very private person that she was, she didn't really talk about her past. She did let us in on the fact that she had been in a domestic violence situation when she was pregnant with my oldest sister. It didn't last long, and she divorced him. They had been only married for about 3 months. So, and then she would talk about going to Coney Island with her friends, and just, it was a whole different era back when she was growing up in the 40s and 50s. So I got a little, background as I was growing up with her about her life as a young woman. And the problem that I had with her passing was the fact that my husband and I had been talking about 2 weeks before she actually passed away that we had meant to call her for her birthday. And we got so involved in the house and the kids and, going to work and just our daily lives. And it didn't click. We don't think about these things in our daily lives. And I believe that we should. We don't think that one day our parents are going to be gone. And it's a horrible feeling to know that all of a sudden your parent is gone and you can't, reach out and say, I love you. I miss you. I am sorry for all the crap that I put you through. I was a horrible teenager. Oh my goodness. You don't even want to know how horrible I was. But the point is that I forgot to call her for her birthday. And then the next thing you know, she's suddenly gone. And I do remember that she had been sick prior to her passing, through what my sister had told me when we finally started putting her funeral and her memorial service at her church together. And it's really a hard lesson for me to learn, to be more aware of the fact that life is just too entirely short for regrets. And regretting the fact that I forgot to call her for her birthday that year is just completely devastating to me. And I have to try to move beyond this. And the point of the whole video is so we don't forget. I want to put it out there to everybody. Don't forget your parents. I know sometimes, it's like when we're kids, we think that they're annoying. We think they're stupid. We think that they don't know anything. You know what? I'll tell you from personal experience. After all is said and done, my mother was right. My mother was right about a lot of things that she tried to tell me about when I was younger. And I wish to God as I had listened to her, because I probably wouldn't be going through half the shit right now that I am. And prior to all of this stuff, I probably wouldn't have gone through half the stuff in my life if I had actually listened. And that's my issue. I got to deal with that. And I'm trying very hard. And it's only been about, actually it's going on a year now. I believe this July will be a year that she's been gone. And Mother's Day is coming up, and it's just like, oh my God. The past Mother's Day I've had with her, we would go out to lunch together. She would get me a card. My mother was big on cards. And every year for my birthday, every year for Valentine's Day, every year for Christmas, you name it, we would all get a card. And now there's no cards. And now there's no lunches. There's no calling me up on the phone from Florida saying, oh, Donna, your son's turning 16 this year. There's not going to be any of that. And it's so difficult to comprehend that in my heart and in my head. And I feel very overwhelmed by the fact that I do, and I have seen her. And she does tell me she's okay. Daddy's okay. You're okay. And she does let me know that she loves me. And I see her. And it's just, that in itself is overwhelming. And when you do connect with spirit that way, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you do. And I just want to put it out there. Don't forget your parents, because one day you may never have the chance to, smooth out any communication problems or, heal the past wounds, or just let them know that you appreciate everything that they've done for you. I mean, they gave you life. Just like the goddess and the gods gave us life, so did they. They are your earthly parents. And it is so important for us to remember and to teach our young ones that life is short and it's precious. And the sadness will go away, but it's going to take time. And we need to remember there are no regrets. There shouldn't be any regrets in anybody's life. Regrets suck. Believe me, they suck. So I wish you all a happy Mother's Day for all you moms out there. Blessed be.